Hi there, I'm Valerie, and I talk too much. Welcome to my channel. I don't know if this is your first time here or if you've been here before. Not even sure what brought you here, but I sure am glad you came. Today I want to talk about bullying. In fact, I want to share with you a personal story about a member of my family. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, then please pull up a seat and let's talk. I do want to warn you that this is a very personal story. I want to warn you about some triggers because we're going to talk about depression, anxiety, and we're going to talk about suicide. So if those are things that might trigger you, then you might not want to watch this video. So please, you won't hurt my feelings if you don't watch it. So I have a daughter. Her name is Jenna. She is almost 20 years old. And back when she was younger and in middle school, about 14, she was being bullied. She actually had been bullied for quite a while by then. But anyway, I had taught my children talk about their feelings, to tell us when they had problems. I was a social worker. We talked about our feelings all the time. In fact, it drove my husband, who was a soldier, crazy sometimes that the kids could talk about their feelings better than he could talk about his own feelings. So we talked about feelings, we talked about bullying, we talked about all of these things. And we taught them to come to us with their problems. And, if it was a problem they could handle, we talked about what's the best way to handle it. We let them come up with options, and, we kind of worked through what was the best option, let them come up with what was the best option, the pros, the cons, all of that stuff. And we thought we had all the bases covered. So when Jenna came to us with this bullying issue, we went to the school. They were going to handle it. So we thought, all right, good deal. We had gone to them before about it because it had happened in the previous year. So this year, it's the beginning of the school year, same kids bullying her again. Now, some of these kids had once been her friends. One of them had been a really good friend of hers, and when they stopped being friends, this young lady had decided to spread rumors about Jenna. And we don't know what caused that to happen, but it happened. And that was part of the bullying that happened. They made fun of her for these rumors, and really hurt Jenna. And so, anyway, we went to school. This is what's happening. And we have a zero bullying. We have a zero tolerance for bullying. We're going to handle this. So we're in the second week of school. And Jenna comes to me one morning while I'm getting ready for work and tells me she's tried to kill herself. My whole world stopped. My heart shattered. I immediately took her to the hospital to get her some help. We ended up withdrawing her from school and homeschooling her and trying to get her to live as normal a life as possible because her depression was pretty severe. We found out at the hospital she had tried multiple times to kill herself. And we had a really difficult time even finding a therapist for Jenna. She would tell us point blank, I know exactly what she wants me to tell her. I don't trust her, or they were all hers, with my feelings because she'll use them against me and pick on me. And I'm not going to talk to her about my feelings. So I'm just going to tell her what she wants to hear. If you want to continue taking me, I'll go. And that was it. So finding her a therapist that she trusted took a long time. Getting her on medication that worked took a long time. Jenna still has severe social anxiety and major depression. If she stops taking her medication like she does sometimes, she slips back into major depression really bad. Jenna has been hospitalized since that initial suicide attempt that we learned about. She's been hospitalized again. And yeah, her social anxiety is to the point, I'm gonna have to look at my notes several times for this one because there's a lot and I don't want to miss anything. Her social anxiety is severe to the point that leaving the house is absolutely not an option more days of the week than it is an option. So I would say 5 days out of 7 it is just simply not an option. Jenna's socialization is every other Sunday a group of her brother's friends gets together and plays a game, and Jenna attends that. There's 5 people all together. One is her brother, one is her brother's best friend, who is like a brother to her because he's been around that long. 10 years he's been hanging out with us. He used to have a key to the house. The only reason he doesn't have one now is we had to change our locks, or he'd still have a key to the house because he just is that familiar with our family. He is family to us. And then his cousin and 2 other gentlemen, that's it, two other guys that they hang out with that are friends of my sons, her brothers. And that's it. That's who she hangs out with every other week. They hang out and play a game. And that's her grand sum total of her socialization, because she trusts all of them. And yeah. So she doesn't want to make friends. She doesn't trust people to be her friend. She trusts those people. That's it. Those are her friends. And she only trusts them because her brother trusts them. So, she told us later that no one at the school ever handled it. That us going to the school always just made it worse. And that's why she quit telling us about it. So, she did once have a job. She worked a couple days. And there was one piece of equipment she didn't know how to use. No one told her how to use it, showed her how to use it. And she got yelled at, belittled, and made fun of by a manager for not knowing how to use it. And, or using it improperly, I should say. And so she had basically a meltdown and couldn't leave the house again for a good long while. So she quit that job and literally just has a meltdown at the thought of another job every time you mention it. So that set us way back. And that was an adult bully. Instead of just showing her the proper way to use the piece of equipment, she had to feel like she was bigger, badder, and better, and make fun of someone. There's no sense in that. But anyway. So basically, my daughter has long-term issues from childhood bullying. And they're pretty severe. To the point that she can't have a normal life like most almost 20-year-olds. Think back, if you're an adult like me, older, or if you're just 25 or 30, just think back to when you were 19, 20 years old. The things you were doing, running the roads with your friends, doing all the stuff, you know, the 20-year-olds do, 19, 20-year-olds do. She's not doing any of that. She stays at home. She hangs out with me, her mom. That's who she hangs out with here at the house. So, the lesson I'm trying to leave here with you is that bullying's not okay. If you're being bullied, tell someone. If you're a child and you're being bullied, tell your parents. And if they go to the school and the school doesn't handle it, if you're the parent, if the school doesn't handle it, if you're the kid, tell your parents the school didn't handle it. Let them continue to fight the fight for you. Just keep telling it until it does get handled. If your child is being bullied at school and the school does nothing, go higher. Go higher than the school. The Board of Education, do whatever you need to do. If they don't do it, go high. Keep going. If you've gone as high as you can go public with it. Go to the news. Go to social media. And tell them you're going to do so, because they don't want to hear that. Take your kid out of that school, but keep going. Don't let your kid continue to be a victim. Switch them to a different school. Do what you need to do to protect your child, but don't stop going. If you're in the workplace and you're being bullied, because adult bullies do exist. In fact, adult bullies are who children learn it from. There's always someone higher than that person. Until you get to the president of the company or the owner of the company, there's always someone higher. So just keep going higher. Don't let someone bully you, and just let them continue to bully you. If your child is bullying another child, stop them from doing that. Figure out who they learned it from. If it's not you, if it's not your significant other, whoever it is they're learning to bully people from, if it's, you know, whatever the source, figure it out. If it is you that they learned it from, stop being a bully. Just stop it. It's not okay. It's not right. It's not okay. There's no reason for it. Just stop it. I don't know what else to say about it. Bullying is not okay, and there is no reason for it. If you've been bullied, I'm so very sorry. And if I could, I would give you a big old hug and try to make it better. Because there's just no reason for it. We didn't have this. as far as I remember, it wasn't this terrible problem like it is now when I was a kid. I mean, I just don't remember it being as bad. Maybe it was, and I just was blessed not to be someone who got picked on and bullied. I don't know. If you were bullied, let me know. Make a comment on how you dealt with it. If you weren't bullied, if you were a bully and you realize it now and you changed, how did you change? Make a comment down below. What changed you? What set the bells off in your head that, hey, this isn't okay? You know, just share your story, whichever way. And I thank you for being here, and I thank you for watching. Do all the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, share, do all of that stuff. I really appreciate you, and I love you. Bye.